We're going to spend a few minutes today talking to Jason Harrelson of Harrelson Trumpets about his involvement in the Big City Players documentary project.
Today we are working with the Big City Players documentary, which is being put together by Dave Richards. And this is the logo that Dave has sent me for Big City Players. And I'll tell you a little bit about what this documentary is all about. If you go to bigcityplayers.com, you can read about this. And I'm just going to read it off the website here. This will be a full-length documentary on the journey of a jazz musician in the trenches. Along with David's story, we also get to follow several people's musical journeys, from Grammy winners and music business legends to sidemen, buskers, and aspiring musical dreamers. Along with this documentary, we're incorporating building David a trumpet that he will record this album on. So the entire documentary is them getting together, rehearsing, and then going to LA to film the making of their album. So within that, David's going to stop here in Minneapolis at the Harrelson Trumpets shop and have a trumpet built for him. Now, he's no stranger to us. I'll go to our Facebook page. This is David Richards. So he already has something really interesting, beautiful, a nice horn. The new horn is going to sound a lot different. So he'll have some variety there. So we have the Big City Players website, and now we're on our Facebook page. Here is the logo that he would like made into a keychain. What's happening here is they're funding the entire project on a Kickstarter campaign. So if you go to Kickstarter.com, you can see this documentary is going to be one of the projects. And as some of the incentives, David has asked Harrelson Trumpets to make some things to give back as gifts to donors of this project. So one of the things that we're making is the Big City Players keychain, and you can see we've made one here. You'll see some more here in a few minutes. And what I'm going to show you today is how we take this logo that he gave me and simplify it and turn it into an actual product, which is very similar to how I incorporate artwork into our trumpet. Alright, so the first step is to take the graphic and put it into a design program. I use CorelDRAW. In my opinion, it's the best design program for graphic arts. A lot of people think I just push a couple buttons and then instantly I have a program to cut something. Well, the truth is I spend many hours or even days just on one piece of art because there's no simple software solution that takes care of the entire problem. So what I've done here, as you can see, I rebuilt the Big City so that I would know which font it was. I put it over top. I've raised some of the text so that when the space around it is cut out, then it really stands out. And then like players here, I redrew that and made it cut in. So you can see here's the original. Now there's the new version. I removed the hat simply because this keychain isn't going to be large, and small details like that are incredibly difficult to machine. The smaller you go, the more difficult it is. So I've already done all the work. This took about 5 hours to do everything that you'll see happen here in just a few minutes. Okay, so this is a vertical milling center, and this machine has a tool changer so that I can have various different tools in here to be able to cut the different size parts and profiles in any of my designs. It's fully automatic, so for the most part, once I have it all programmed and I have everything clamped in place, if I've done everything right, it should cut it out, and I can come back when it's finished and take it off. Now, to get to that point takes days, sometimes even weeks. Some of my designs, like finger rings and braces, it literally took 5 or 6 weeks to get a program fine-tuned to be able to have the machine cut it out and take it off. Now this new program for the Big City Players keychain, that keychain is very small, so it's still going to be a lot of work to set the machine up to do just that keychain. Up here we have all the tools I'm going to use to cut this program. And the first thing I need is a piece of stock that is apparently 1 inch by 1 3/4 inches in size. And it says here I'm going to use an 1/8 inch piece of stock. And today we're cutting brass. So let's go get our stock. Okay, now I can put the piece of stock in the vise. Alright, the next step is to touch off a tool on the part and make sure that we have everything indexed properly so that we cut in the right place. So you would think I could just press go and cut this, but in reality I have to look at my sheet again. Okay, we are now ready to cut. I've indexed or set the offsets for the new tools. And there we have the Big City Players rough cut keychain. I'm going to take it out, we're going to clean it out, and you'll see what final steps we do before this becomes an actual keychain. Okay, next I'm going to sand around the edges just to complete the profile. I couldn't profile it in the machine because it was held in the vise and it would have cut the vise. Some of these will be silver or gold plated, so then the next step would be to degrease and send them to plating. However, this one is just going to be brass. And there you have Big City Players keychain for the Big City Players documentary made by Harrelson Trumpets.